Hey guys, welcome back to American Latino Presents Latinos Out Loud. I'm your host, Humberto Guida, and the next topic that I want to discuss is performing for non-Latino crowds. Now, for someone like Mellissa, they can't even tell or even think that you're Latina, but for the rest of you guys, do you feel you have to reference it at some point in your act?
Not Francisco, it's Francisco Ramos.
No, I do. I think I always have to. I feel like, because people don't know me and like, I have an accent, obviously, so like I have to reference that I'm from Venezuela, that I was born here, I was born in Venezuela, that I grew up here, and I had to learn English. Because if not, people are gonna be like, why is he talking like that? Why is he talking like that? And they're not listening to what I'm saying. So I always made the comparison. If I was in, for example, when I do Spanish stand-up in Venezuela, I don't say I'm from Venezuela. I just go and do it.
But
I don't have to reference.
Wow, I figured they'd want to know.
What?
That you're from Venezuela.
In Venezuela?
Yeah, it's like here.
That's why he's been doing stand-up for only 2 months. I mean, what is
because
it?
That went nowhere. What about the rest of you guys? Do you feel you have to reference your ethnicity at any point in your act?
I mean, I do, just to let them know that I'm very proud to be Latina, because I know that some people want to claim me as theirs, because some people, they're just like, oh, she's black for sure because of her hair, or some people think because my skin is white. They're like, she's white, so she's one of us. But I'm like, no, I'm not any of you guys.
I like that. Now, does anyone ever say she's not one of us? Has that ever happened after a show?
My parents sometimes.
We'll get to that in a little bit. And for the two of you, I mean, with you, is it kind of like the curveball, Mellissa, where it's like, you know what, I'm going to surprise these people and let them know that VillaSenor is really a Spanish name.
Yeah, usually, sometimes I won't bring my Mexican jokes into a set, but sometimes I'm just like, guess what, I'm a spicy, sexy Latina. You better cool it, you better sit down.
What's your family like? Is your family like you, or are they much more Mexican?
They're much more Mexican, but my dad, I think, is just like me. Right? Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, her mom is super Latina.
Yeah,
her mom
very.
Is like
Can you do an imitation of your mom?
Well, they don't have thick accents, but my mom has a really strict Latina ways, and she's like, what, I don't know, what are some things she's...
Her mom is great.
She's a great mom. She just will be like, why are you dressing that way? I don't like the way you're dressing.
But if she's really strict, does she allow you to hang out with Marcella?
Yeah, she loves her.
me.
Because she's like her.
So wait, so your mom is Marcella.
We started here in LOLT.
And we're back.
Now, Jesus, you also can't get away from the fact that you're Mexican. I mean, you can try as hard as you can, but you have just Mexican written all over your face.
Look, the problem that I have is that when I go to Starbucks and I order a coffee, they're like, can I get your name? I'm like, Jesus. Like, I'm going to put Jose on here. It's like, really? Like, you're not going to try it? Meet me halfway, put hey and then Zeus, like, phonetically, at least.
You never say son of God?
No, I just said Jesus. Like it's easy, and then it's like Jesus. No, I'm not putting that on there. It's like how do I?
Wow.
It's like I
They're
feel
offended?
I don't know what they are, but that doesn't happen to anybody else. Like a brother can't walk in there. It's like, can I get your name? It's like Leroy. I'll put Larry on here. That doesn't happen. like a Middle Eastern person is like, can I get your name, sir? Muhammad. They're not gonna put. Yeah, let me put Jesus on here. Yeah, I mean it just doesn't work out that way.
Well, I have a lot of I don't think my name's complicated, but for some reason, I guess people aren't used to Humberto. They hear Roberto, Alberto. So I hate having to explain my name, so I just say Robert. Especially if it's an automated service and it's asking for my name, I'll be there all day.
Robert.
Yeah. Now, do you think that white people or, non-Latinos, non-Hispanics are starting to relate to us a little bit more because they're hearing our stories?
Well, I mean, we're just more, so now we're everywhere. So
They
like
can't
they
ignore
have
us
to.
anymore.
I mean, it's like
I think we're just
go to
mingling now.
And we make good food.
Yeah, we're making the good food. We're just everywhere. So they're gonna have to know.
Yeah, I mean, when my parents came here in '81, they wanted us to assimilate really quickly. English is my second language. Most people can't guess that because my parents encourage us to assimilate because they were scared that we would not fit in, and then we have this great big boom, and now it's a asset to know Spanish in California.
Yeah. It's funny because we moved in '94, and my parents didn't care. They're like, we're gonna speak Spanish, and that's it. You try to assimilate to, they didn't, because it was a different time.
Yeah, it was a different time. Exactly.
Like
that's the difference is that he
came in and we want to keep you to Spanish, and they did it so much that
So now,
I
and
can't
that's
even speak English.
because of that boom. Now, I mean, everybody, non-Latinos, they kind of have to embrace it because we're everywhere. There's no denying us anymore.
I come from a Cuban family, and all Cubans thought we were gonna go back to Cuba, so my dad forced Spanish on me. But if I'm thinking something that I really need to express, it's not gonna happen in Spanish, and it's just like passionate.
And that's the
Right.
thing too. Is I think it's like you have to. I always say like it's where you were raised. It's not where you were even born. It's where you were raised. If you were raised in America, yeah, you speak English. I mean, that's your main language. It's like you don't like for you. Like I mean, it's fine. Like if you want to learn Spanish, but like don't have to force it or anything like that because it's like I think it's where you came from. That's what people should realize. It's like you don't have to be like, oh, I have to know Spanish because I'm Latino. No, you were born in.
Yeah, my first language was Spanish, and as I went to school, I didn't have full command of the language until like around 5th grade. So it's like until 5th grade, I had full command, and then even learning English was hard. So my dad would joke around and say, "You're gonna end up being mute, no Spanish and no English. You're just gonna not have a language." And I mean,
Boy,
over
was
time,
he wrong.
Hey, all right.
Being bicultural actually makes you schizophrenic, actually. Yeah, do sign language. Can you imagine sign language with an accent? Even the sign language has accents, by the way.
I go like this.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó? There it is. First time I ever heard you speak Spanish. Yeah.
Melissa gets mad when I talk to her mom in Spanish.
Like, I think that they're talking crap about me.